So now you have a little bit of an understanding about what a cross connection is, how many there are, why we're looking for them. As I mentioned, this project is going to be focused on improving our processes for detecting these. However, before we get to our existing process, I'd like to give you some information about the stormwater collection system and the wastewater collection system, just to give you a little bit more context about the kinds of structures we're working within. The city of Philadelphia has a very large waste and stormwater collection system. Over approximately 140 square miles of city, we have around 3,500 miles of sewers. Approximately 2/3 of the city, the older portions of the city, were built out as combined sewer systems. The newer parts of the city were developed as separate sewer systems. I'll get into a little bit more detail on what those terms mean as we move forwards. In addition, to provide access for maintenance and inspection, we have approximately 94,000 manholes along those combined and separate sewer systems. Sewer mains provide conveyance for waste and stormwater. They vary in size from 8 inches in diameter to our largest box sewers that can be up to 24 feet by 24 feet. They're constructed from a variety of materials, mostly depending on the time period in which they were built and the purpose that they were constructed for. Our sanitary sewer and combined sewer systems convey flow down to our wastewater treatment plants to be treated before being discharged to the river, and our separate storm sewer system conveys stormwater only to rivers and streams. Manholes provide access to the sewer system for inspection, maintenance, and in some cases repair. Essentially, these are risers that come up to ground level and provide an opening through which people or equipment can be put into the sewer to perform whatever tasks are required. The combined sewer system utilizes a single pipe for conveyance of both sanitary and stormwater. As I mentioned, the combined sewer system occupies approximately 2/3 of the city of Philadelphia. These systems are developed to overflow during wet weather. And this is basically because there is a finite capacity of conveyance within these pipes based on their sizing. However, we cannot control how much rain comes down. So these systems were designed and intended to overflow only during wet weather to the rivers and streams, a dilute mix of stormwater and sanitary sewage. For the purposes of this project, we will be spending most of our time in the separate storm sewer system. A separate sewer system utilizes 2 pipes for conveyance. In this type of system, stormwater and sanitary wastewater are conveyed through separate conduits. The sanitary sewer system, again, conveys flow to the wastewater treatment plant for treatment prior to discharge to the river. However, in these areas, stormwater from street runoff, from house area drains, from roof leaders, is collected into a separate pipe, which then conveys this water downstream to your local river or stream. The final pieces of the waste and stormwater collection systems are the pieces that aren't even owned by the water department. These are the private connections that convey wastewater and stormwater to our collection systems. As you can see here, here's a typical cross-section of a residential property. You can see a couple of the components of private plumbing that will be important later as we discuss the process of detection of these cross connections. You can see that drainage is brought down through the property and then conveyed towards the sewer system. The large drain at the bottom of the home that collects all of these fixtures together is what we call the main drain or the waste drain. All plumbing in the city of Philadelphia at present is required to have a curb trap and a vent pipe located near the curb line. These are going to be used later in our dye testing portion of our investigation. And then finally, flow is conveyed through a lateral to the sewer system.